Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy back here with another video. And guys, many of y'all don't know me, but guys, this is a new channel and I will be talking about NFL and Patriots on this channel. I will be talking about the big news of, I'll probably be going live, be talking, about the situations that's happening in the NFL, my opinion, my take on it. And my first video, I wanted to be on the Patriots QB situation. So now, let me explain myself. I'm a New England fan. I've been a New England fan for some years now. And I've always watched them since a little tiny kid, you know what I'm saying? And I never really experienced the fact that we had to go through QB changes, because guess what, Tom Brady has always been our guy, and we never had to really worry about QB until really this season when he left to go to Tampa, and now they're in the Super Bowl. But let me get to the situation with Cam in the QB situations. I'm gonna just read off his stats right now. I'm gonna read off Cam's stats for the 2020 season, and his completion percentage was a 65.8. His passing yards was 2,657. That was 24th in the NFL. 7.2 yards per throw. 10 interceptions, which was 18th in the NFL. 8 touchdown passes, which was 33rd. The longest throw was 50 yards on a Demir Bird catch or Ryan Izzo Hail Mary completion. I'm not sure which one. And his QBR was at 47. That was 30th in the NFL. Now, when we came into the season, I was expecting really low, like something very, like a, like the season that we had, like a 7-9 season, probably a little worse than that, I thought, but we did pretty good considering what we had on offense and what we had to what we dealt with on defense, with the opt-outs, with the, the COVID, all of that. But considering how Cam played the first 3 weeks of his, NFL football career with New England, you would have thought that Cam returned back to his MVP form, back to his 2015 MVP form. But that's not the case after Cam got COVID. After he had got COVID, Cam just looked like a completely different QB. He acted like he didn't know how to throw the ball. And the weapons around him didn't help either way, because considering Julian Edelman was out for pretty much almost the entire season, and you had people like Demir Bird, Jacoby Myers, and they had to fill in and step up on those, number 1, number 2 roles. And as good as they did, it wasn't enough to carry the Patriots' load and lack of offense. We were very pedestrian on offense this season. It was barely points being generated halfway through the season. The Patriots just struggled, man. I don't even know how we got to a 7-9 record. And considering the schedule that we had, it was a pretty hard schedule. It was, I think, the hardest schedule in the NFL. And I have to give props to Bill Belichick about what has transpired this season and what has actually happened and how he handled COVID. A lot of players said they liked the way how Bill Belichick handled COVID. That's down to Bill Belichick for that. But I gotta talk about this QB situation, what we're gonna do for 2021. Guys, I don't know if bringing Cam is the answer, or we have to go address it in the draft or free agency or via trade. Because when we came into this offseason, which the offseason hasn't even come really yet, because the Super Bowl is on Sunday, but once we came in this offseason, we thought we were going to have a plethora of quarterbacks to choose from. And so far, these quarterbacks, they get limited by the number. They said Aaron Rodgers was up. Now it looks like that's a done deal. He's staying in Green Bay. They said Matt Stafford was available. Matt Stafford already got traded, even though it's not official yet, but he already got traded. Dak Prescott sounds like he's not leaving the Dallas Cowboys. trading for Jimmy G, I don't trust it just because of the fact of Jimmy G's injury history. He couldn't even really stay healthy with the Patriots before he got his starting role taken by Brady again. He actually went out with an injury against the Miami Dolphins, and Jacoby Brissett had to fill in that role right there. And yeah, I don't know what we could do, but really I feel like personally we should go out and draft a quarterback regardless of, you know, who it is. We need to put weapons around the quarterback. We can't just leave the quarterback with weapons like Demir Bird, Jacoby Myers, even though they did good. I say resign Demir Bird. Resign Demir Bird on a 2-year, 1-year contract, because I feel like he could be a good third. He's a good down the field threat, but he is not a number 2. He is not a number 1. Jacoby Myers is a number 2 guy, and he did pretty good for being a number 1 considering of what he was dealt with too. But Cam, I'm not gonna suck up all the blame and say it was the whole entire offense, but not Cam. Cam did miss a lot of easy throws, like all the check downs and stuff. But you have to also account that New England needs playmakers, man. They need a legit number 1 wide receiver. You know, I don't think we had a legit number 1 wide receiver since, you know, Randy Moss. And that's just speaking, just, you know, that's years ago. And we won like what? 3 Super Bowls since then. I think. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't at me on that. But, yeah, man. You could say Julian Edelman's a number 1 wide receiver, but the way the system was built, you really didn't look at Julian Edelman as a number 1 wide receiver because we had Gronk, Edelman. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really built for like, oh yeah, that's the guy. You know what I'm saying? Edelman always that guy. I don't know how to really explain it, but it was never like, yeah, that's the number 1 wide receiver. He does everything on the team. But guys, this is gonna wrap up the end of the video. Hopefully New England can do something with that $65 million in cap space. Hey guys, make sure you like up and sub up, and I'm out. Peace.